Coming up on WMCT News, an ambulance had to do an uncommon procedure in the vehicle. If you're looking for a job, we've got a great one for you. And Marlborough Public Schools has a program you can't forget. All this and more on WMCT News. Welcome to WMCT News. I'm Spencer Geary. This week we had some interesting stories. Some were heartwarming and some were just helpful. First, we've got Katrina telling us all about Marlborough Public Schools' new program.
Did you know Marlborough Public Schools is offering free meals to kids under 18? We went to the school to get the info for you.
The superintendent called me and said that one of his priorities was to make sure that meal continuity was an option for Marlborough.
I know we can supply lunches, a reimbursable meal to all the children under the age of 18 in the city of Marlborough and surrounding towns for free.
The food service employees, as well as the bus drivers, since day one, where we were closing down the schools and employees were being asked to stay home, we did the reverse with those guys. And we said, we need you to come in and help prepare meals to send out to the community.
It's nice to be able to continue what we do through the school year by sending food home to, kids that might need it or kids that just enjoy, school lunches. I recently just came back from visiting relatives in the Midwest, and they were very surprised to hear that I was working. They're like, schools are closed. And I told them what we were doing here in town for the summer, and they were so impressed with what Marlborough is doing, and to feed the people in the community, people who might need it, or people who just need a little help. So
around the nation, it has become a topic that deserves a lot of attention, which is why the federal government has made school meals free across the nation, is to help us address meal insecurity for students and their families. The best way that the community can support us now is by participating.
Participating.
Because every meal that is taken, we get reimbursed for. So the more participation that exists from the community, the more financially viable the program becomes.
In general, like I said, it started out as a job for me as mother's hours, but 6 years later, I'm still doing it. We are the only position in the school that sees all the students every day.
But for me personally, when I was attending school as a kid, I was over in Framingham. I was a free and reduced student. So to be able to do this here in Marlborough now, have an impact, a positive impact, is personally important to me.
I mean, I enjoy doing it. We're the only group of people that actually, work with these kids every day. Some teacher might only see them once a week for a class, but we see these kids every day, sometimes twice a day. You get a relationship with the kids, you talk to them, get to know them and their families. I think it's great. I wouldn't have a better job than this. So
I think if the community, if anybody out there is seeing this, participating in the program is no longer about being low income or not being low income. This is just receiving a school meal and participating, and now it's helping us keep the program alive. And every meal that we distribute is helping us do that.
From WMCT, I'm Katrina Lambert.
Who doesn't love free food? While we were on the topic of school, we talked to NRT, the busing company for Marlborough Public Schools, and they are hiring.
The NRT bus company is looking for new drivers, and they want Marlborough residents to apply. On Wednesday, July 14th, NRT hosted a fair at Marlborough High School, open to anyone who is interested in becoming a driver for their community.
Welcome to NRT. If you're interested in driving, all you have to do is you need to go onto this website on Indeed and find this, scroll down to this Indeed NRT. .com on Indeed, and once you hit this website, it's going to take you right through the NRT portion of Indeed. And once you get there, you're going to hit apply. You're going to scroll down to requisition 51 where it says NRT school bus driver, and then you're going to hit apply. Once you hit apply, down in the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to take you to another sign-in page where it's going to ask you to create a site. Once you create that site, it's going to take you right to our application. Fill out our application where our HR department will review it, and once you are approved through our HR, they'll contact our safety department and our training department, and they're going to offer you all kind of resources, things like a CDL permit class that we offer for free here at NRT. That runs 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 1. So when you get to that CDL class, that teacher's going to go through all this with you and give you a good idea of what to focus on and maybe what to pay attention to.
Like many bus companies, NRT has been in need of drivers for several years now, but the pandemic just exacerbated this need. Becoming a licensed driver comes with many perks, such as seasonal employment, starting pay at $25 an hour, the flexibility to bring your kids on board, and many others.
Our training classes run Monday through Friday. It's 60 hours. We usually train 4 hours a day, but we also train on weekends. We offer many bonuses. Some of the bonuses that we offer is after you take our CDL permit class and you obtain your CDL permit within 2 weeks, we're going to offer you a $250 bonus. We also offer a fast track bonus. If once you start training and you put in for your road test within 3 weeks from your first day of training, we're going to offer you a bonus for that. Also, at the end of training, whether you take advantage of the bonuses or not, we're automatically going to offer you a $600 bonus for just getting your license. Part of the caveat here, if you come to this Marlborough open house, is that Marlborough is going to be paying $20 an hour for you to train for up to 60 hours. So at the very least, you'll end up with $20 an hour for the 60 hours, and you'll also end up with the $600 bonus. And then locally, you can just drive for your city or town, and that's it. You'll be good to go.
NRT plans to host more job fairs in Marlborough. Keep an eye on the Marlborough Residents page on Facebook for future events. From WMCT, I'm Katrina Lambert.
Marlborough City officials will host a second public meeting on July 20th at 7 p.m. at City Hall with Mayor Vigent, Chief Kevin Breen, and Ward 3 Councilor Christian Dumas to discuss the plans for a new West Side fire station. Last fall, Marlborough purchased land at 481 Elm Street and aimed to build the new station there. However, city councilors have said residents near the site are concerned about traffic problems and noise. If the station does not get built there, the city may resell the Elm Street land. Marlborough held a similar public meeting virtually in April. Here's another episode of Warriors of Business.
Welcome to Warriors of Business, a show where you learn about Marlborough's local business owners and how they do what they do.
Hi, my name is Adam Krasinski. I'm the owner and founder of Tackle Box Brewing Company here in Marlborough. We are a brewery and tap room. We have over 6,000 square feet of space in the main tap room, pool tables, games. It's a pretty exciting place, especially on the weekends.
Opening during a pandemic is tough for any business, so we asked how it went for Adam and his crew.
Opening up in the pandemic obviously wasn't a choice for us. It was when you open a brewery, you know, it takes a long time to kind of get things going, really like over a year of just construction and everything. So we opened November 5th, which is probably one of the worst times in history to actually open a business. Luckily for us, I think we fared better than a lot of others during the pandemic, and you know, we were able to make a kind of a hard situation much easier to deal with.
Though they made it through this pandemic, we wanted to know what got them there.
I would say one of the things that really helped us was our Mug Club membership. You know, we have a Mug Club which really helps us generate a lot of regular business, and our Mug Club members really, I think, went out of their way to help bring business in. You know, so, you know, thank you guys. You know, we also, we had some like small private events that we were able to do safely because of the space. And, you know, I think all of our regulars really helped drive that business in and really kind of made a point to just bring in, you know, new business to us, knowing that it's like, hey, these guys opened up November 5th. You know, I don't know why they did that, but let's see what we can do to help them out.
With all the openings showing a light at the end of the tunnel, here is Adam's plan to keep up the good work.
I got to say, as soon as the governor kind of opened the floodgates and allowed everything to kind of proceed as a more normal, we started booking a lot of parties and birthday parties and even a couple like wedding related parties or engagement party, a rehearsal dinner, some corporate events. So as soon as we kind of got that okay, all of a sudden we booked up like most of June. I'd say like 3 days a week we had something else going on outside of our regular business.
Adam also wanted to tell us who helped him make this dream come true.
There's so many people to thank. I would say obviously all of our Mud Club members that I mentioned before, all the friends and family and neighbors that helped us kind of get open with the painting and the cleanup and the waxing of the floors. And I also want to thank my wife, Katie, who really went above and beyond, I think, anyone really. Sorry, horrible. I just got to say, like, she's a kindergarten teacher, and she had probably one of the worst years in history. I think every teacher out there did. And I think that she really went above and beyond, working overtime over here. I had hurt my leg on some ice a little bit ago, and she really had to kind of step up even more than she already was, and that was never ever part of the plan. So, thank you, Katie.
The Tackle Box Brewing Company is located in the Marlborough Square Shopping Center, off of Boston Post Road East. The space is so great and a perfect after-work location.
Thanks for watching Warriors of Business. Stay tuned for more episodes. If you're a local business owner in Marlborough and want to be on our show, email Spencer Geary at WMCTTV.com.
Coming up after the break, the Worcester Red Sox lose a player on the roster, and an ambulance has a fun day earlier this week. All this and more on WMCT News.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go? Oh, look, there's my boss, Ella.
Stay casual.
This is my husband, Greg.
She knows I'm high.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. I wore the purple shirt. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Okay. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. This week was eventful in local sports, so let's get into it. The Marlborough Shamrock season picked back up last weekend after the holiday. They improved to 2-0 with a 14-7 win on the road against the Connecticut Mustangs. Defensive lineman Michael Farley led the way with a number of sacks and tackles for a loss. And linebacker Will Early III returned a fumble for a touchdown in the third quarter that wound up being the difference in the game. The Shamrocks will look to win their third straight this weekend against the New Milford Fire in West Haven. After 4 games on the road to start the season, reigning champs make their return to Kelleher Field on Saturday, July 31st at 7 p.m. Now we'll take a trip down 290 West to Worcester, where the Woo Sox are hosting Yankees AAA affiliate Scranton Wilkes-Barre this week. They've dropped 2 of the first 3, currently trailing the Rail Riders by 4.5 games in the Northeast Division. But that's not the real news out in Worcester. It's been reported that outfield sensation Jarren Duran will be called up to the big league club on this weekend's tilt with the Yankees. The 24-year-old leads the Woo Sox with 15 homers, 32 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. The Red Sox enter the weekend series with a 1.5-game lead in the division over the Rays and a whopping 8-game lead over New York. Last night's game, however, postponed due to positive COVID-19 tests that came out of the Yankees organization. No report yet on the state of the remainder of the series. Now, to our last story with Patriot Ambulance telling us about a lively story.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
That's what went through the mind of these local EMTs when they got the call to a woman who believed she was in labor.
God, probably less than a mile down the road, and she delivered her baby in the back of our ambulance. We were lucky enough to have an EMT student with us who was observing for the day, who got to help with the delivery, see the delivery, and have probably one of the best experiences she's had yet, I would hope.
Corinna did an awesome job and performed better than expected. I would have gone with she had years of experience with the way she performed. It was unbelievable.
We asked local EMT student Corinna Kent about the experience.
A really unique and eye-opening experience. Not really hoped for it, but it's always a dream to be able to say, oh yeah, I delivered a baby. You just kind of hope that it's in a hospital or somewhere that's not in the back of a moving ambulance. But everything worked out for the best. So I'm just glad that we can say both mother and baby are healthy.
And when asked how to describe the feeling of delivering a baby, she had just 2 words to say.
Unequivocal joy.
There's nothing better than to assist on a delivery of a child and bring a new life into the world.
The best outcome you can hope for any call.
After delivering the baby, the EMTs were given a special stork pin.
As a tradition for providers that deliver a baby outside of the hospital, they're given a stork pin, a recognition for delivering a baby outside of the hospital.
For WMCT News, I'm Lindsay Crane.
That's it for this week's newscast. Be sure to tune in and stay up to date with all the latest happening in and around Marlborough. For WMCT News, I'm Spencer Geary, and here's Southbound Train Band playing us out from this week's summer concert.
She tried to pretend he wasn't drinking again, but Daddy left the proof on her cheek. I was only 8 years old that summer, and I always seemed to be in the way. So I took myself down to the fair.